Morning, Professor Dato Aga. Today, I would like to present research project titled Factors Influencing Malaysian Consumer Willingness to Adopt LCA Certified Palm Oil Product. I will start off with my research background and program statement. The oil palm tree produces high-quality oil, primarily used for cooking, but it is also widely used in food products, detergents, cosmetic, and biofuel. However, its production is often criticized for its environmental and social impact. LCA has been in use since the 1960s, initially adopted by companies to assess the environmental impact of their product, especially regarding energy consumption and resource use. A significant milestone occurred in the 1990s with the formalization of LCA methodology through the introduction of the ISO 14040 series of standard. In the palm oil industry, it is understood that some companies have already implemented LCA to evaluate the environmental impact. However, there are limited understanding on the factors that influence consumer willingness to adopt LCA certified palm oil product. Next, the limitation of existing certification to fully capture the environmental impact. Prior studies have pointed out that current sustainable palm oil certification schemes such as RSPO, MSPO, while promoting responsible practices, may not comprehensively reflect the full environmental impact of the palm oil production. Lastly, lack of studies that explore the consumer point of view on such product. This lacking of understanding presents a challenge in promoting sustainable consumption among consumers. Next, I will talk about the research objective to identify key factors that influence consumer willingness to adopt LCA certified palm oil product, to examine the relationship between each factors and consumer purchasing decision regarding LCA certified palm oil product. Lastly, to assess the level of consumer awareness and understanding of LCA in palm oil consumption. Next, I will talk about the conceptual framework. First, the independent variables are grouped into 4 categories: consumer awareness, social and psychological influences factors, economic factors, and product-related factors. These are the primary drivers that are expected to affect consumer behavior either directly or indirectly. Second, the dependent variable represent the main outcome of interest, consumer willingness to adopt LCA certified palm oil product. Third, the framework also introduces mediator variable, which explain how or why independent variable influence the dependent variable. In this case, environmental labeling and communication and consumer attribution of responsibility will act as a mediator. For example, even if a consumer is aware of LCA certified product, their decision to adopt may still depend on how clearly the environmental benefits are communicated. Lastly, moderated variables such as social demographics characteristics, age, income, education would also influence the strength or direction of the relationship between the independent and dependent variable. For example, income may moderate willingness, with higher income consumer potentially more inclined to choose sustainable option due to affordability. Following, I will run through my research question. First, what are the factors that influence consumer willingness to adopt LCA certified palm oil product? Second, what factors enhance or hinder consumer willingness to choose LCA certified palm oil product? Third, how does consumer awareness of LCA influence purchasing decision related to LCA certified palm oil products? Next, I'll discuss about the data collection process. First, research instrument development. A structured questionnaire was developed based on the previous literature. It includes closed-ended questions to measure factors influencing consumer willingness. Second, to identify target population and sampling method. The sampling was conducted through an online distribution channel such as email, social media, and messaging apps. Third, before launching the full survey, a pilot test was conducted with a small group of respondents, about 20 to 30 participants, to ensure clarity, reliability, and validity of the question. Following, the questionnaire was hosted on the Google form and remained open for responses over a specific period. Lastly, data screening and cleaning. Responses were reviewed for completeness. Incomplete or inconsistent responses were excluded to ensure data quality. The survey data were analyzed using SPSS, descriptive statistics summarized respondent profile and key variable, while Cronbach Alpha tested the reliability. Correlation analysis explored the relationship between variables, followed by multiple linear regression to assess how different factors influence consumer willingness. The findings were then interpreted to evaluate the model overall explanatory power. The finding reveals that objective A and B show that both awareness and economic factors significantly and positively influence consumer willingness to adopt LCA certified palm oil product. The current R-square value of 0.290 suggests that the model explained about 29% of the variance in consumer willingness to adopt LCA certified palm oil product. This represents a moderate level explanatory power based on the preliminary data set, which currently covers around 60% of the targeted respondents. As the data collection is still ongoing, the R-square value would also improve with a complete and more diverse sample. For objective C, if you can see from the slide, the finding highlights a significant lack of awareness about LCA, with only 20% of the respondents having heard about it. Although most consumers are aware that the environmental impact of palm oil production, their understanding of LCA as a tool and trust in LCA certified product is also limited. This suggests that while environmental concern exists, consumers are not yet familiar with or confident in LCA as a sustainability indicator. The study contributes to the growing body of research on certified green product by emphasizing the critical role of consumer knowledge in influencing the adoption of LCA certified palm oil product in Malaysia. This research also adds weight by highlighting the potential of LCA as a more comprehensive and a credible sustainability indicator. From both theoretical and practical perspective, the findings support signaling theory, indicating that the greater consumer awareness and preference for LCA certified product can actually signal producers to adopt more sustainability practice. So previous studies have also shown that Malaysian consumers are willing to pay over 5% premium for RSPO certified palm oil product, indicating a strong market opportunity for LCA-aligned product. This also enhances producers' market competitiveness locally and globally, especially in EU, which require deforestation-free product. From a policy perspective, the insight from this study can also support the design and implementation of targeted policy intervention. This may include tax incentive, public awareness campaign, and eco-label education program aligned with the objective of Malaysia Agro-Food Policy 2021 to 2030. The study has several limitations. First, the sample was unbalanced and did not include all Malaysian states, which may limit the generalizability of the findings. Future studies should expand coverage to both urban and rural areas. Second, reliances on self-reported data may also introduce bias, so using more robust sampling methods and complementary data sources in the future could improve accuracy. Lastly, the study also focused on a limited set of influencing factors. Future research should explore additional elements such as habitual buying behavior and persistence of greenwashing, and consider qualitative methods such as interview or focus group could also gain deeper insight. That's all from me. Thank you.